Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm going to tell you how to do newborn baby parenting. I don't know if you caught that sarcasm, but I am being very sarcastic right now because no one really knows how to be a parent, especially when it comes to a newborn, and we are not here to pretend that we do. But what we can do is share some of our experiences and tips and tricks that help us get through those first few weeks with our babies. Because let me tell you, those first few weeks can be kind of rough. So let's jump in with tip no. 1, which is swaddle your baby as much as possible. We have heard this before. We all saw our babies be swaddled in the hospital, and we got good at it while we were in the hospital because it made our baby feel secure and safe, kind of like how they felt in the womb. But once we got home, we realized we had no idea what we were doing. So let me explain. Newborn babies cannot regulate their body temperature very well. And by wrapping them up tightly in a blanket, it helps them feel warm and cozy, and it also prevents them from startling themselves awake. We learned this the hard way when we did unswaddle our son, and he ended up taking a big old swipe at his face and waking himself up in the middle of the night. Not fun for anybody. Tip no, to try to keep a consistent schedule. It may be impossible, but just try. Babies need to eat, sleep, and poop. And ideally, you want to make sure that they're getting enough of each. By keeping track of the times that your baby is eating, sleeping, and pooping, you'll be able to determine if they're getting enough of each. If you notice that your baby is getting too full during feedings or spitting up a lot after feedings, then they might be ready to eat again sooner than you think. Or if you notice that your baby is sleeping longer stretches than normal, then they might be full and satisfied and ready to play. Or if your baby isn't pooping regularly, then you might need to do some things to get things moving. Keeping track of these things will also help you identify any patterns or trends in your baby's behavior, which can be helpful when it comes to figuring out what they need. For example, if you notice that your baby is always fussy during the same times each day, then it might be an indication that they're hungry or tired or need a diaper change. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but trust me, it does get easier. Once you get into a rhythm with your baby, it makes life so much simpler. Just remember that every baby is different, and what works for one might not work for another. So be patient and flexible, and do not be afraid to experiment until you find what works best for you and your baby. Oh, and don't forget to download an app. There are tons of apps out there that can help you track your baby's feeding, sleeping, and pooping habits. It's like having a personal assistant for your baby. Tip no 3, white noise. White noise is basically just a constant, steady sound that can help block out other noises in the environment. You might be thinking, okay, great, but why would that help? Well, when we think about the womb, it was a pretty noisy place. There was the sound of our heartbeat, the sound of our voices, the sound of other people talking. All of these noises that your baby got used to hearing while they were still in the womb. When you listen to white noise, it can help block out other noises in the environment and create a more peaceful atmosphere. This can be especially helpful at bedtime because it can help your baby fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. One thing that you could do is invest in a white noise machine. But if you don't want to spend the money, there are plenty of free resources online that you can use. You can simply search for white noise on YouTube and play it on a loop while your baby sleeps. Tip: No. 4. Respond to your baby's cues. Newborn babies can't talk, so they cry to let us know what they need. The key to responding to your baby's cues is to try to figure out what they're trying to tell you. Are they hungry? Are they tired? Do they need a diaper change? Once you figure out what your baby needs, try to respond as quickly as possible. This will help your baby feel loved and cared for, and it will also help them learn to trust you. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but it's so worth it. The bond that you create with your baby during those first few weeks is so special, and it will last a lifetime. Tip no. 5. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Adjusting to life with a newborn can be challenging, and it's important to remember that you're not in this alone. Reach out to your support system, whether it's your partner, family, or friends, and let them know what you need. Whether it's someone to watch the baby while you take a break or just a listening ear, your support system is there for you. Don't hesitate to reach out and let them know what you need. Tip no. 6. Go outside. We know this sounds crazy, but hear us out. Getting outside with your baby has a ton of benefits. First, it gives you a change of scenery. Let's face it, staring at four walls can get old really fast. Second, it exposes your baby to new sights, sounds, and experiences. These experiences are stimulating and engaging for your baby, and it helps them develop important cognitive and social skills. Third, it gets you and your baby some much-needed vitamin D. This is important for both of your health and well-being. Fourth, it gives you a chance to connect with other parents. Meeting other parents can create a sense of community and support, which can be invaluable during those tough times. Fifth, it can help you and your baby bond. Carrying your baby close to you while you stroll through the park or walk around the neighborhood can help you feel more connected to them. Plus, the fresh air and exercise can help you feel more energized and focused on being present with your baby. Some practical tips for getting outside with your baby include dressing them in layers so you can adjust to the weather, bringing a pacifier or toy to keep them entertained, and using a carrier or stroller to make it easier to transport your baby. Don't worry, we're not suggesting that you go on a hike with your newborn, but simply taking a walk around the block can make a world of difference. Tip no. 7. Don't stress about the little things. We know it's easier said than done, but try not to stress over small things like whether or not your baby is on a regular schedule, whether or not they're meeting their milestones, or whether or not they look like other babies their age. Every baby is different and will develop at their own pace. Plus, it's important to remember that those first few weeks are all about bonding with your baby and enjoying this this special time together, so relax and enjoy the ride. Tip no. 8. Get to know your pediatrician. Your baby's pediatrician is there to help you with any concerns or questions you might have about your baby's health or development. Do not be afraid to pick up the phone and call their office if you notice anything unusual or if you read just looking for some reassurance. Building a strong relationship with your pediatrician can give you peace of mind, knowing that you have someone to turn to when you need it. Tip no. 9. Give yourself grace. The biggest tip that we can give you is to give yourself grace. Becoming a parent is a huge adjustment, and it's okay if you do not know what you're redoing all the time. You're learning as you go, just like your baby. So do not be too hard on yourself if you make a mistake or if things do not go according to plan. The most important thing is that you and your baby are healthy and happy. And that is the best advice we can give. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that these tips have been helpful, and we wish you the best of luck on your newborn journey. And remember, you've got this. We believe in you.